Their aura is unequal.
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Or whatever. And it's going to make it a little more raspy, and I follow directions.
Their contents are legendary.
Like that little sheet you see is his concept drawing.
Their attitude is embraced. Tune in to one of the most up and rising kaiju-sized groups within our community. So go ahead and watch all of their creative content, including that of the Raw Attitude live interview, where they have special guests ranging from actors, directors, toy creators, artists, and many, many more. You can also find them on multiple of other social media platforms, ranging from Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You could even sit back and watch your favorite classic monster movie and even watch us go through one of the most iconic games on Twitch. Featuring your hosts, Eric Stolp, Adrian Settle, Joe Myers, Samson West, Jordan Adorno. They are the Monsters with Attitude.
Welcome in, viewers with attitude. All right, we have a fun show lined up for you today. This is a very hidden gem that does not get the recognition that it deserves. Today, we are talking about the backflipping good time that is Inframan or Super Inframan or just all the different titles this 1975 Kung Fu superhero movie is. But yes, I'm your host with the most for this Sunday show, Mr. Samson West, allergic to the East. As always, I am the best, Mr. West. So, moving on to my this way, we have the enigmatic cap-wearing mofo, Mr. Stolp.
What's going on, man? What's going on? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited for this episode. Like you stated, this is a gem that is never talked about. And here at NWA, we like focusing on a lot of different things, just not the normal, regular straight line of stuff. Like, we're going to venture out and do these other things because we want to stay different than everybody else. We don't want to do the same thing over and over again and repeat the same thing over and over again, even though there is anniversaries per year. Sometimes we want to do something different, and sometimes we do want to do anniversaries. And honestly, this is an anniversary movie, and I'm glad we're talking about this because nobody talks about this whatsoever. And I don't know why. It is just an absolute peak cinema, honestly. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, please go check it out. It is on YouTube. We have shared links in our Facebook group, so go check that out and just search YouTube, search Inframan and watch it. It is just a hell of a fun. It is dubbed, so don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about reading. You can just hear it. Obviously, these Showa dubs are always just tip-top shape, so it's a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Hopefully everybody else is excited for this that's tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's go, man. I can't wait. All
right, I'm just going to hand the show over to you instead. So even further this way, we have our Power Rangers suited mofo. How you doing, Mr. Settle? Settles for less. Never settle for less.
Never settle for less, first of all. Secondly, I'm doing great, Samson. This is actually my first viewing of Inframan, and I'm very excited to talk about it because I have thoughts. I have thoughts.
Okay. Good. Today? Did you last
today?
Today? All right.
Today.
Nice. As long as it's fresh on your mind, that's perfect. That works out. And to my below me are our Puerto Rican prince himself, as always, the Don Adorno. How you doobie is doing?
I am doing 10 times better that I am here once again with my MWA brethren. And then, of course, I'm doing a lot better because we're going to be talking about Super Inframan, which I was just recently introduced during one of our Twitch streams. And that movie was crazy. So crazy in a good way, in a positive way. So I cannot wait to deep dive a little bit more about this movie, buddy.
Nice, awesome. It looks like we got a lot of first-time viewers in here tonight. So and finally, and not least, the best of the best, the daddiest of daddies, Joe Mama is in our house. What's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? I'm happy to be here talking about the super obscure film. Man, like many of you, this was my first time seeing it, actually just a few hours ago today. And I'm happy to say that I can say that I've seen it now. And like Adrian said, I have thoughts, but also to back up what the Skull-Uppy Poppy said, we at MWA, we like to keep it a little different. We don't want to keep doing the same things over and over and over. You never know what to expect here at the MWA.
No, you do not. We love all things fun, nerdy, wacky, and crazy up in here. That is just what we are. And hello, Mr. Sawyer, as always, loyal viewers. And let's not just acknowledge him, let's acknowledge everybody else. We have a few comments I'm not going to throw on screen because we have some people that are just being ignorant tonight and don't know what's good. So,
we remember. We might be old, but we remember who's loyal and who's not. Okay, we'll just put that out there.
All right, welcome in. Oh, Thanksgiving was interesting. Oh, you watched it on Thanksgiving. That's
perfect. That's perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Maybe it should be a Thanksgiving tradition. I was asking myself, I don't really know what to watch around Thanksgiving. So maybe this will be my Thanksgiving movie that I put on from now on. Nice. Oh yes, the English dub of Inframan is the greatest movie ever made.
Fucking for real.
Oh my god. Tom, welcome in as always. Isaiah, oh my god, you're probably gonna win the raffle like you always do. It's inevitable.
Or Team Rog.
That's true. That's true.
Last time, so
Yeah.
All right, this is a name that I don't recognize. Lewis brought you in here. Okay.
Yes,
all
yes.
right.
She's one of the PCAs at my job, so thank you for tuning in. That is extremely lit. Lewis, shout out to you, bro, for spreading MWA love. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Lewis, you're awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
Jordan, since we have two people in here from your work, does that mean we shouldn't talk about where you nap during company hours and stuff?
I don't
what you do during company hours? Like, he told us some stuff. So yeah.
Oh man, what's good, Alex? We recognized you. You were the first one, and we are caught up. No, Charles, welcome to the party, pal. Yes,
Charles, what's going on?
Special shout out to Tom, who followed me since like 12 years ago. Special shout out to him. Thank you, Tom.
Hey, look what Alex is doing. Pork chops on the grill for dinner tonight. MWA, holy shit, what a great... Hey, man, let's go. Let's go, Alex. You're the man. The man.
And for pork chops. Nice. Well, first question for the chat. How many have seen the film? This one, I mean, we've all said the word obscure thus far. We've said how this is not very talked about. I was only introduced to this by Eric as of like January of this year, because he told me, like, dude, you got to put this on. It was on my list of things that I've never watched that are very tokusatsu, are the Asian craze related stuff that we like to watch up in here. So I put that on, and oh my god, it was such a great time. I watched it on our Twitch channel, and as of last Saturday, we did it again on our Twitch, and it was equally as fun. And then on my Twitch channel last night, as just a random, okay, let's just do it, I put it on again, and Eric joined me once more. But I think Eric has the killer count for this movie so far. Because he introduced me to it. I didn't know anything about it until now, but oh man, I am digging it. And it's great. It's a lot of fun. So 3 times for me thus far. I got 3 under my belt for now. But I believe there will be more to come. COME come. So yes, anyway, let's get to our first question of tonight involving Infra-Man. We just got slideshows for tonight, no fancy video, so I know. It's very mellow. But anyways, all right. First and foremost, what do y'all believe? Is it just another ripoff, or is this movie Showa gold? I'm going to go with the first-time viewers first in chat tonight. So I'm skipping over Eric. I'm gonna skip over you. Adrian, right. You watched it today. So I mean, Joe, you did too. But anyway, you watched it today. Yeah, what do you think? Is it just another ripoff, or is it original and fun and wacky enough that it is what it is? How do you feel about this movie? This is basically just, how do you feel? What do you feel about the film?
I did not know what I was walking into when I watched this movie. I've heard a few things from Eric. I heard some things from you also, Samson, but I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into. But this is show gold, honestly. Like, this movie is fantastic. As much crazy things that happen in it, as many high-flying backflips you get in this movie. This movie's incredible. The dub, I was ready to rip the dub apart. I couldn't do that either because the dub was perfect. Everything in this movie was just show greatness. I absolutely love this film. This film's awesome.
Oh, fantastic to hear. Keeping on down the line. Joe, you're next. What you think, man?
I gotta say, I think it's just another ripoff. There's so many things that. Now, let me say, it's not that I didn't like this movie or enjoy it. I did. It was a lot of fun, and it was wacky and cheesy and corny and all the fun stuff that we love. But so much of it is so blatantly ripped off from other things, and even his beam, it's Ultraman, and his look is Kamen Rider, and you even see some Sentai in there. Obviously, it's definitely a ripoff, but at the same time, I can understand why people think that this is Showa gold and why it is so much fun, because it really is a lot of fun. It's wacky, it's crazy. It keeps a relatively pretty solid pace throughout the whole film. It's not, I think that if it was just if it was a snooze fest and that had sporadic elements of fighting or toku in it, I think that it would really, really harm this film. And I think they knew what they were making, and so they decided just to kind of keep that pace of action and adventure. And it was a very good time, but it's a very good ripoff.
Well, actually, we had a comment that just was whoever pulled that up, pull it up again. Or love letter to the genre. That is the term I should have used. If it wasn't China, I would say love letter. But because it's China and they're notorious for ripping off other people's IPs and other companies' intellectual properties, whether it's movies, like Toku, or if it's intellectual properties like Apple and Samsung and things of that nature. So to me, if it wasn't China, I would probably say, yeah, it's a love letter. The directors were fans, and everybody was a fan of the, Toku, Sentai, Henshin, whatever series. But because it's China, I have to stand my ground and say it's a ripoff. See, I threw that in there. That question is, it's because I know you and your opinions, Joe, and honestly, I wanted to pick people's brains, and I was like, even if we all have a positive outlook on the film, some people are still going to say what they think and be like, nah, it's a fucking ripoff. So that's totally fine, and I respect and appreciate what you have to say. Last on the list, not last, but next on the list, Jordan, first-time viewer as well.
Damn it, I kind of wish I went before Joe, because he literally took every word that I would have said regarding Super Inframan. Nonetheless, I never looked at it from that type of point of view, being that China does tend to, not credit certain IPs that they would obviously rip off. And being that Super Inframan was produced by Shaw Bros. We also know that Shaw Bros. Also produced The Mighty Peking Man, which for anyone that's never seen it, highly recommend it. It is it's a crazy whirlwind of a kaiju movie, but we also know what that is obviously ripping off of that of a traditional King Kong movie. But I mean, coming from somebody that grew up with henshin related heroes, it's still regardless a fun watch. And I think what makes it so much more fun is that it's a Showa movie. So with that era, it is, in my opinion, the golden era for tokusatsu. And I guess I will slightly tip my hat to Shaw Bros Productions for giving us this incredibly animated henshin toku film.
Right on. And yes, I did forget to mention that in the beginning. I didn't write any notes down. I should have, just to keep the flow better. That Henshinmen, that is the terminology that we use for this. That is, thanks to my awesome co-hosts here, that is the terminology for transformation superheroes like Power Rangers, Inframan, Ultraman, Zone Fighter, Kamen Rider, stuff like that, where you got regular dude turned super suited superhero. And also, thank you, Eric, for this awesome knowledge. This was the very first Chinese superhero film. This was China's very first superhero film of its kind. And since Eric is actually the one with all the knowledge, since he is the most veteran of all of us, buddy, what you think? What you got?
Like I said, this is cinema gold, dude. This is so much fun, off the wall bullshit. It is so fun to rewatch this stuff, dude. And I will say, I don't say if it's a ripoff. I'm gonna say it's inspiration. Okay, it's inspired by what the Japanese did. I'll say that, because let's be honest, that's literally why they made it, was because they were inspired. They wanted that piece of pie from what the craze was from tokusatsu, from henshinmen going on in Japan at the time, and they're like, hey, we kind of want a piece of that. And rightfully so, companies do that all the time. They always want a piece of that pie because they want to get what they can out of it and kind of do their own thing. And honestly, sometimes they make it even better than what is already kind of established over in other countries. So I love this movie so much. I don't even remember how I stumbled upon it, but I did, and I was like, this is the most off the wall, balls to the wall, like constantly moving, always action. Who cares about the story? We're going to go the simplest story ever. Hey, there's bad guys. Hey, we need a superhero. Hey, go kick their ass. That's all this movie is, dude. Like, that's all it is. And I love it because it doesn't need to be characters flushed out. It doesn't need to be, oh, what's the motivation? None of that stuff. Like, at the time, we were here to see action. We were here to see fun. We were here to see flips and flips and flips and flips. When we were kids and we saw that kind of stuff, it's the same thing like watching wrestling. Like when you watch wrestling and you see these guys put on these moves on the show, you're like, oh man, I wish I could do that. And what do? We imitate it. We imitate it at home. We put our brothers and sisters in wrestling moves and chokeholds and do all this stuff. Yeah, we break furniture. We do all of that stuff. So like, I see what they were doing, and I think they fully succeeded in what they wanted. And it's kind of sad that not really anybody knows about this unless you're really kind of deep into the genre of tokusatsu, henshinmen, and kind of maybe grew up with it, with like some of you viewers here that are in the chat. So I'm just going to say inspired by, not necessarily a ripoff.
Nice. I'm going to follow you with that one and say that that's the better word, more positive word using than what my dumbass put on my own slide. So I like inspiration, and this movie is absolutely balls to the wall bullshit, as you said, but in the most positive way possible. Out of the 3 times that I've seen it, I can't find a thing that I don't like about it, honestly, except for maybe the intro. Okay, so Dragon comes in, crashes on the tour bus or whatever, and then all of a sudden we're in a fiery inferno in the middle of a city. Did part of the film get cut out that I didn't see? Hang on, what am I missing there? It was like, hold up, wait a minute. Even my mom, I put it on for her halfway before we started our show, so she's been watching it for about an hour, and she was also like, huh? So it's great. But I do agree. It takes inspiration from all the popularity that is Japan with Kamen Rider and Ultraman. And honestly, it's like Ant-Man looking. Look, I mean, he kind of Ant-Man. So he stole it from Marvel too.
Yeah.
So, but I can't think of anything negative to say about it. Even though if China doesn't give recognition for their inspiration, whatever, they still delivered a lot of fun. I honestly can't say. I need to get a copy of this. I need to find a copy. That's another thing that I think. We'll get into that actually. That's one of the questions. The obscurity of it is. But yeah, let's move on to the next one, shall we? How many flips is too many flips? Let's get into the action. Let's get into the action discussion of the film. Yes, we all stated and said this is Chinese kung fu because it's from China. A lot of kung fu, a lot of stunt work, lots of flips. But the action, it's great, it's fun, and I want to hear what y'all think about what you witnessed with a lot of y'all being first-time viewers. I'm going to go in the opposite direction this time. Randomly, let's go with Jordan first. Go, man.
Listen, if you're super Inframan, there's no such thing as too many flips. All right. In this case, especially from a first-time viewer, Eric, you said it. I highlighted a specific quote you mentioned in our previous question that literally it's almost like watching wrestling when they're doing these crazy stunts. It makes you as a viewer, especially if you're a young viewer, want to imitate it. So you wrestle your siblings, family members, friends, whatever the case may be. So I mean, dude, I was in bed watching this, getting ready to have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work the next day. And all I thought about all day the next day was, I dare anybody to test me. I will put them to work like Super Inframan and just do a crap ton of unnecessary flips. I might break my neck, but I am still going to attempt it because that is what Super Inframan would want. It's crazy, it's animated, and again, there can never be too many flips if you are Super Inframan.
Okay. All right. Joe, you're next on the list. So it's not yes, it's the flipping, but it's also oh, Alex has a question in chat. Sorry, I don't have the I'm full screen. So yeah, go ahead. What's up?
I think he's referring to this one. It says, Joe, question, do you consider Anno's Ultraman fan film a ripoff? I mean, I guess my general question is, what to you do you consider a ripoff, and where does the line get drawn? And I think that's a really kind of a tough question to answer off the cuff real quick, but my short answer would be no, I don't consider his fan film a ripoff because it is just that, a fan film. I think that when fans make films for nonprofit or to give back to the genre or to maybe campaign for their shot at making a film in or a show in that genre, I don't really consider it a ripoff. I think that when a rival studio, company, promotion, country, whatever, does something that's a blatant ripoff without trying to bring any uniqueness, I think that's when it kind of blurs into that ripoff discussion. And that's kind of like a really, really, really long answer, very short, as to not derail this show too much. But no, I wouldn't consider. I guess to me, if a ripoff would be somebody trying to do something or imitate something without any newness or any unique take to their vision. And I think to me, there wasn't really anything new that hadn't already been done. It seemed like, oh, we're going to take a little bit of Ultraman, we're going to take a little bit of Kamen, we're going to take a little bit of, Sentai, we're going to take this from Godzilla or this from Gamera and just kind of combine it all together, and here's our show. And I think that's where my line kind of is.
All right. Well, the floor is still yours for the action of the film. It's the title is just for fun with the flips. But
listen.
In general,
I liked the action. I thought the action was fun. The choreography was relatively decent. I mean, obviously it's dated for its time, but it's 50 years old, so of course. But overall, I mean, I don't think the effects were like super bad for its time. I do think that for 75, I think it could have been a little bit better. I mean, I definitely think, this movie coming out in 75, it kind of actually reminded me more so of effects and stuff of like the late 60s, mid to late 60s, about 10 years behind it. But it still looked fun, or still looked good, and it was still a fun movie. And the action went through the whole film pretty much. And honestly, the nitpicks would be just that, nitpicks. It was a fun film. That's why I was hesitant just to say it's a ripoff, so it's a piece of crap, don't watch it. Because I don't think that. I do think it's a ripoff, but I don't think it was a piece of crap. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think that it is in the vein of Toku. It's just I'm not sure what the word is I want to use, but it could have been a little bit more unique, I guess is what I'm referring to with like the ripoff and stuff. But yeah, I liked the action. Action was a lot of fun and nonstop. And that's why I said I think it worked, because it knew that it didn't have a good story. So it was like, let's do the action from beginning to end, kind of like Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. They knew what they were dealing with. They're like, telepathy and the Yakuza, but like, what? No one's going to like this. So let's make sure that there's fights throughout the whole movie, so
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
And I truly do believe that is the driving factor behind this film. If it weren't for the just nonstop action behind this no nonsense story, then it may not be as popular and fun as it is. But I'm not next up on our list of talking person that needs to talk next. Adrian, you do stuff with words in the right order.
As far as the action goes, if on site was in the dictionary, it's probably gonna be Inframan, because every time something came about, it was on site with as far as the action goes. Him and all the guys who are, I guess, in a sense, the science patrol, they were whenever they try to jump Inframan on site, they were ready to go and ready to throw hands. It honestly reminded me a lot of Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, but on crack is what this movie reminds me of. Especially that scene especially towards the climax of the movie, when they're all in there fighting everybody to get to the I forgot her name already, but to the dragon lady,
Princess Dragon Mom.
Princess
Dragon Mom. That whole sequence was just awesome. I was like, I don't know where to look. People getting their ass beat, and I love it.
That's one of the best descriptions. I don't know where to look. That's great. That's a perfect term. I love that, actually. I don't know where to look. Oh, is that it for you, man?
Yeah, that's how I got it. Thank you, Samson.
All right. Again, back to our veteran of the film. How many flips is too many, Eric?
Seriously, Ultraman who? Super Sentai who? Kamen Rider who? Like, he blows them all away for flips, dude. Like, come on now. Like, it's I'm sorry, but it how I see it is that obviously this is not a serious film. You can't go into it and expect a serious film. And I think they really leaned heavily into that. They're like, this is going to be a fun film. So, like, let's go over dramatic with the flips and let's just have them flip 1,000 times and just go with it. Like, it's okay. That's awesome. And that's what you're going to do. And that's what you're going to get out of this movie. I loved it. I love the choreography of the movie. Like you guys stated, there's a lot of fighting going on. The action was always going. There wasn't no lulls. Even when they were just normal, just henshin guys or people, or the people that are fighting for the professor, and all the little cronies and stuff for Princess Dragon Mom, like all of that stuff. Like everyone was going just balls out, like just battle royal type style, just ass and hands and hair and hands flying everywhere. Like it was just all over the place, honestly. Like, and you said it perfectly, Adrian. You didn't know where to look because you're like, everything is going on. Everybody has their own little fight scene that they have to worry about, and then they combine a couple where they'll mix in with each other. So I thought that the choreography was done very well. The action was done well. The pacing was great. And honestly, they had a kind of a big name actor who actually played the main guy, Dama, because it was Danny Lee, who actually became somewhat of an icon in the Kung Fu industry, honestly, because he actually even played Bruce Lee when he passed. He played Bruce Lee in a movie portraying him, and he even went on after that to make his own company and actually brought in and collab with Chow Yun-fat. That guy is a legend in movies. So, like, if anybody knows anything about Kung Fu movies, like, I'm naming off some pretty heavy hitters here for that kind of stuff. So, this guy made a name for this genre, and he was just no slouch. He was an expert in karate, and I think it was jiu-jitsu also. So, like, he knew what he was doing, so it was probably very easy to work with him. And you could just tell because you could just say, hey, we're going to do this and this and whatever. Okay, when you're not Inframan, you're going to do this and this, this. Okay, he did that perfectly. And then if you throw him into the suit, he's going to do this and do it perfectly. There's no worrying about anything. So, it was so much fun. They did a great job. And like I said, it's just nonstop action. I love it.
Yeah, you could tell they knew what they were doing because I love Adrian. Thank you. You brought up a whole great topic, and you too, Eric. I don't know where to look. There's so many separate fights happening all at the same time, and everybody has to do the choreography in just the right way, not to accidentally bump into each other and mess up the other person's fight sequence. So it's actually art if you think about it. It's not just wacky. It's art. But it's the flipping. That is what I had to bring up more than anything, because every time he transformed into Inframan, he didn't just start doing things. He had to do several backflips and then fly in and try to save the day. Or it didn't even have to be. It was just, we did a count last night when I watched the film. I slowed it down during certain sequences because it got so wacky and fast. I couldn't figure it out. If we did it accurately, I think we got it correct that while in the Inframan transformation state, he does 50 flips in total. 49 and a half if you technically, 49 and a half if you, Eric kind of pointed it out. 49 and a half. But yeah, that many flips in an hour and a half as Inframan. Just it's peak. And now I can't think of any better way to do things. If I'm going to do something, I got to do a backflip before I do it. Oh, it's time to make breakfast. Time to do a backflip.
For real.
I'm gonna go check the mail. Let me do 5 backflips before I get to the mailbox. It's like, that's where the term Inframan backflipping is now going to be ingrained in my brain. It's like, I just can't help it. If I see an action sequence, I'm like, oh man, okay, the unnecessary backflips from Inframan. Here we go. Let's go. But I loved it. I think it was the driving force of the film. If it weren't for the nonstop kung fu action, then it wouldn't be as standoutish as this movie is. And that's why I fell in love with it very fast. God, I didn't know that love at first sight was a thing, but now, oh man, I'm a believer. So I want more. I always want more. So what did I make our next question? Okay, I think this should have been the second one actually. So why is it such a hidden gem? Where is the love for this? As I'm going crazy talking about it, saying how much I love this movie, where is the love for this? Why is it not talked about more often than it should be? Where? Yeah, why? I'm actually going to immediately just go to Eric because I think you could probably answer this best with you being the most knowledgeable about the movie since you've known it longer than I have or any of us here have.
Okay. Before I answer, I just want to do a quick question from T-Pack. So he's just asked, did they not use a different stunt actor for the in-suit scenes? And then he said pretty much all of the contemporary Japanese henshin hero shows had a dedicated in-suit actor for those stunts. Now, I have looked it up, and they credit Danny Lee for playing the human role and Inframan. So I'm pretty sure he played both, even all the stunts. I mean, honestly, he could probably do all the backflips with no problem hitting a trampoline and just kind of doing it if he was a master martial artist. I don't see why he couldn't. So I'm pretty sure I haven't seen anything that credit anybody else that was in the Inframan suit. So I think Danny Lee was the one behind and in that suit, playing it and doing all those stunts. So that's what I've seen. So, but yeah, sorry. Back to the question. Why is it a hidden gem? Honestly, I don't know. I think just because it hasn't been distributed properly everywhere where it needs to be. It is such a like niche thing that I don't think anybody has really like, hey, like there's this, we have this movie and I think it could do really good, or it could be a good seller. No one's seeing that, I think. And it's kind of sad, honestly. But I think the Shaw Brothers, their company, I don't think that they ever got the reception that they ever thought they could have gotten with it, and maybe they just kind of swept it under the rug, and they kind of just went with all their other movies. So it's kind of a travesty, honestly. But I think if they were ever to reissue this or release this, honestly, in a physical media, I think this would kind of get a little bit more love, especially with the renaissance that we're in now. With all of the Ultraman love we're getting, all the Kaiju love we're getting, Super Sentai, all of that stuff. Kamen Rider is coming very big and moving its, presence over here. I could see them kind of getting more traction. And honestly, I think we are, because Arrow Video is actually going to be distributing this movie in a pack with a bunch of other Shaw Brother movies. It's like a 16 movie pack. That'll be releasing this coming month on Blu-ray. So if you guys are interested, check it out. Unfortunately, I think you have to buy the whole pack, which is like $150. So if you're looking for one movie out of that whole set, it kind of it's like you got to buy the whole thing and get the one film you want. So I don't know, but it kind of it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't get the love, but I think it's because it just wasn't distributed properly, and no one thought they could do anything with it, especially over here in the West.
Okay. I'm going to bounce around randomly here, and I'm going to go to Joe next, actually.
I just think that the obscurity of being able to find it. I really think that if, this probably played on, a creature feature, or, I know for a lot of people in my generation, Fox Kids playing obviously Power Rangers, but also Ultraman Tiga and VR Troopers, which is another Japanese American adaptation. Without this really getting very much, if any, American play, I think you kind of had to be the hardcore of the hardcore fan to really know of this growing up. I've talked a lot on the channel on how I've gone to every G-Fest since 2000, and because I'm fortunate enough to live so close, but I don't remember people talking about Inframan in 2000, 2005, and I'm sure they were. I'm not saying they weren't, but I just don't think that there was a huge, again, unless you were like the hardcore of the hardcore that knew somebody or was able to subscribe to that, fan magazine or whatever. Because like, I'll give you an example. Like from where I live, it's so remote. I didn't know what Fangoria was until 2005. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
Like that's, and because keep in mind, we didn't have internet and all of that stuff until I was much older. So like I was living in the Stone Age a lot longer than most everybody else was. But like I think that if there's a lot of people like that in rural town America, like myself, that just, there was no there was no way for us to find this or to get access to this or even catch it on a late night TV stream accidentally. It was just it was one of those things where you hear about it in passing at a G-Fest or something, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago or whatever it was. And you're just kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. Or you see a random, picture of it or a still from it that someone's selling or something many years ago. And you're like, oh, what is that? And you hear about it that way. But I just think the accessibility just was not there. I think that's why it's such a hidden gem. I think that if more people were able to see it throughout the 80s, 90s, and even up until today, I think that it'd probably have a little bit of a bigger following. Because it is a lot of fun, even though it's a ripoff.
Oh my God.
I should have never asked that fucking question. Okay. Keeping with the bouncing around randomness. Adrian, I want you to go next.
I mean, honestly, Eric and Joe said perfectly. It's not readily available for us to be able to watch this. Because again, I didn't know about this film until Eric brought it to your attention earlier this year. I know what Inframan was. And if I go to a G-Fest today and go ask people what Inframan is, I promise y'all, probably maybe 1%, maybe 2% of people there are going to know what that is. So really, is this us having shows like this to kind of spread the word and hopefully educate Kaiju fans and know, like, hey, there is great stuff out there. Some more tokusatsu that's not really being talked about due to the fact that we just don't know about it. So really, having discussions like this is going to kind of bring it more into the light, ideally, so it can get the type of love that it does deserve. But yeah, really, we just need to talk about it. More people need to talk about it for us to be able to get some more love.
And that's why tonight's show is very important. I tried to share the love. We did our watch party, and I shared the link because it is readily available on YouTube, and it's a really clean copy. It is absolutely a clean copy. It says it's 720, but I feel like it's not. I feel like it's higher than that. It's and it's dubbed, so easy on the brain. You don't have to really do any yeah. Thank you. And now it's going to get taken down probably because we're talking about it too much. So
yeah, we need to spread the word. We need to spread the word here. Seriously, it needs
now.
Love.
It really does. Jordan, I'm not leaving you out, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh man, it's hard for me to say. I mean, granted, me, Adrian, and Joe were all first-time viewers. So I really can't give or I can't think of any right explanation as to why this is such a hidden gem. I mean, maybe I'm also going to take into consideration that during the late 70s, it was towards the end where Toku was kind of in the brinks of, I don't want to say retirement, but it was towards, the end of the early peak years during the 60s, specifically targeting that of Godzilla. Even Ultraman, like I've heard critics talk about, the Ultraman series within the 70s, talking about, the budget wasn't really all that, and so on and so forth. So maybe that also had something to do with it. Not only that, but this was also a genre that I guess China wasn't too familiar with, at least for them creating it on their own terms. But I don't know, man. It is definitely one that deserves a tremendous amount of love, because this is a fun flick to be able to just sit back, turn your brain off, and just want to see something that just from start to finish is nothing but action packed. But I don't know, man. It sucks that it is. It sucks that for us being huge fans of this genre, that little to nobody is even aware of this, especially since, I feel like I've heard more people talk about the Mighty Pecking Man before Inframan, which is a damn shame to say the least, but yeah.
I kind of figured the same answer was going to apply, but also here's one that nobody mentioned. merchandising or toys, stuff, collectibles. Where is any and all of our Inframan stuff?
There is stuff. I did look into it, but it's obviously, it's very, very small amount. And if you do come across one, be prepared to get your any type of body part, surgically removed to be able to afford it, because it's ridiculous the amount of Inframan merchandises are out there for collectors to collect.
Yeah, nobody's done it. I don't know of any Safubi, like even like Bullmark or older stuff. I can't find anything. And as you said, if there is, or that the ones that there is, it's expensive as hell. My brain, brain is going mouth is going faster than brain. See, I can't even talk. But I'm hyped. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad that I'm doing this with you guys. I'm glad that we're giving this movie some love and appreciation and sharing it, because the other movie that we had in mind that we were going to do, I'm glad we tossed that aside instead for this show. I'm glad we did this anniversary for tonight instead. So, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the list. Did she say Princess Dragon Mom? Okay. So the villains and their powers. We got to talk about the villains in the film. We got all sorts of crazy villains, all sorts of crazy powers. Who did we like? Who did we not like? What was our favorite fight? Yeah, we got to talk about the villains themselves, especially our lead villain. I don't know what, but yes, Princess Dragon Mom, quite the name, for sure. Who has not gone first tonight? Adrian, I don't think you have. Let's go with you. Let's lead things off with our black brethren.
So I will come out and say this first. First off, the ending fight with Princess Dragon Mom was kind of underwhelming, honestly. That was probably my least favorite fight. There wasn't really a lot going on with those two, so I was very disappointed in that fight. But probably my favorite would probably be the second fight. I don't know nobody's name, so don't ask me, guys.
No, they didn't. The movie didn't really tell you their names. Not really.
Yes, it's probably the second fight. And I guess this is biased because he did turn into a giant monster at some point. And then Inframan put his best Jaguar and matched that energy, and they kind of duked it out for a while. So that's probably my favorite fight out of all of them.
So our the red spider. I guess that's the name I'm going to give him. The red spider.
Yeah, there's a lot going on during this fight. A lot.
Well, yeah, he had the ability to wrap he spat something and put him in a little web ball thing, and that they couldn't escape out of. So that was unique. And okay, and I guess you're right. Biasness would apply with him turning into a kaiju for a split second. That's a good point. Eric, you got a look on your face, so things are kind of the screen's calling your name, man.
So I do agree. I was going to mention this, but yes, the final fight with Princess Dragon Mom sucked. Honestly, I wanted more. I really wanted her to kind of give him a run for his money and not seem like he's so OP, honestly, and kind of see that peril where he has to overcome, which he kind of did for 13 seconds when he was frozen, but he got out of it, But that's kind of the charm, I guess, that goes with this movie is that I like that she had so many henchmen that were like generals almost, or officers in her army. Then she had the little pea soldiers, as you can see on the screen, the little skeleton dudes where they were just fodder. They were flying all over the place. They were thrown all over the place. It was great. It was havoc. But I would say I was going to go with the spider fight just for the fact of he literally fought him and then he got to just squish him after he beat him and just kind of just like that was funny as hell. But the other funny one I think that was actually funny for the whole fight was when Inframan fought the Iron Spring twins towards the end. That was actually a very fun one because it was 2-on-1 and they were trying to overpower him, but it was hilarious because he'd take care of one and they're doing something where they're like bouncing up and down because their head is stuck or something, and he's going over there focusing on the other one, and then he dispatches that one and the other one comes over, and it was great. Like, it was actually funny. Or he'd punch him and he'd bounce down and he'd get back up, and he punched him and bounce down and get back up. Like that was funny as hell, man. Like, that was great. Funny. That's great humor. So I'd have to go with that fight. But yeah, I would some of the officers, I guess, or generals, kind of had their very, very little moments. He dispatched them pretty quick, but I'd say, like, those guys, the spider, and then like the black, like, charcoal dude with the drill hand and big hand,
and the whatever that was.
Yeah, like those three were like the main kind of like officers. It seemed like kind of had more of the spotlight when they were fighting Inframan. So, but yeah, it was pure fun, pure chaos, but fun nonetheless. I wish they had a little bit more powers to do, but it was all basically, it was all kung fu. It was all martial arts. It was all hand to hand, feet to feet, fist fighting kind of thing, and that's what it kind of went on, and that's what it should have been. So, mix in some special effects here and there, but they knew what they were focusing on, so they did it.
I'm glad you mentioned the spring guys, because I loved when he hit him, he bounced, like he hit his butt, got back up, hit his butt, like he kind of that scene from Flubber where the one guy had the flubber on his butt and just kept like bouncing around. I was like, yeah, that was pure gold. Jordan, you're stoic. Oh wait, no, you're gone.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that was gold too. The decapitation, just like he was like, oh, she had power to her. What the hell happened? Yeah, it was underwhelming. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Jordan, what you got, man?
Man, I think I'm gonna have to hop on the dislike hype train of the Princess Dragon mom towards the end, but I'm not gonna lie, I can look past it, because the moment Inframan was introduced in the movie, all he did was just solo everyone that was literally right in front of him, which that to me was just like, I wish, it's fun doing these Twitch watch parties, but I know it would be 10 times better for us to all just be in one space.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh God,
oh man.
I treated this movie like how I would back when I would come across the Dragon Ball movies, and I would just mark out whenever they're doing like obscure stuff where we're like, there's not one single main protagonist that can touch the antagonist or vice versa. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I don't have, minus the ending, I don't have like a personal favorite just because I enjoyed everything all in a whole, but I guess the least, or the more disappointing would definitely be the supposed big threat of the antagonist of the film.
Yeah, big bad got taken out fast.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, what do you know?
I agree with kind of what everybody else already said, so I'll keep my brief. The villains were all right. The red spider guy was cool, and what Eric said, the spring twins, that was the best fight. I thought that was the coolest. Princess Dragon Mom was very underwhelming for the final fight. I expected more, and I thought her transformation was kind of cool. I was definitely expecting more, but it alas, we didn't get it. So, and you'll never be able to convince me that this movie did not inspire Power Rangers. That's all I'm saying.
I agree, actually, because when did Power Rangers or Super Sentai, when did that come out in Japan first? When
Ranger came out in 91, I think. So definitely after this.
Eric, you feel like you had something to say there. You put your
No, yeah, no, I I agree. Like it definitely had its, like I said, inspiration. You know, it's gonna inspire all of those kind of franchises, and you know, but it's fun. Like it's their own interpretation of what they've seen and what they saw, and they're like, hey, let's do it, but let's do it a little bit different, a little bit more chaotic. You know, with the other shows, they always had a story, a plot. And they focused on that. They focused on character developing and getting to know the characters. You didn't need that. You didn't need that in here. This was just pure chaos, pure fun, honestly. And like I said before, like they knew what they wanted to do and they went for it, honestly. And honestly, I want to side note, I loved their little their fort. Like kind of looked like Castle Grayskull or something like that. It was a big dragon bone skeleton thing. Like I love that. Like I like the sets that they actually put into, like, you know, it looks like they put in some money because some of those sets were pretty big. Yeah, some of them were, you know, just outdoors, you know, on a hill or something like that, where they're endlessly rolling down it because they're chasing somebody, you know, the other while going down it. If you know, you know. But like, you know, you can do that anywhere. But you know, there were some sets that were actually pretty extensive, so it was still impressive, nonetheless.
Absolutely. The set work was awesome. I can't agree more. It was I don't know how to describe it. It was just fun and cool. And I mean, you had the quote unquote bottomless pit that she kept just throwing people into. And her second in command, the woman with the eyes in her hands, when she got thrown into the pit, it was like, oh, it was just great. But I think I have to go with all y'all. There should have been a bigger threat. There should have been a bigger fight. Princess Dragon Mom did not last as long as she should have. Her transformation was cool. Like her being an actual dragon. I'm assuming that's the one that showed up at the beginning of the film with the tour bus full of kids for no reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, where was her action? Where was the big threat? Where was the big bad? The one that stood out to me that I actually enjoyed, it was the first fight. I actually liked Inframan versus the planty tentacle thing. Yeah, the whatever. Well, when he decided to drag it away into the woods, he was like, all right, I'm gonna, because the other guys were trying, and he was like, whatever. They start fighting in the woods, and it disappears, and like boing, 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 and it spat acid. I thought that was cool. So yeah, the Oogie Boogie looking dude was the one that stood out for me that I actually kind of liked, the plant guy. But I think the consensus here is Princess Dragon Mom, her whole I shall take over the world. She wasn't really that big of a threat. She didn't do anything except for fucking just deliver orders and have everybody else do her dirty work. She didn't really do much of anything. So, except for whip and like be, then I'm going to freeze these guys over there and turn on that machine and hypnotize To Be or whatever is Tu Ming when they hypnotized the
there you go. Yeah.
Every time I kept going, or not Tu Ming. I couldn't help it. So, yeah, the villains were fun and cool, and they were wacky and all unique. I feel like the one that really got done dirty, it was that hairy, homeless-looking dude that showed up during the spider fight, and he got just like, just immediately Inframan got rid of him so fast. All right, what do I have next? What? No sequel? Was this movie enough to spawn a franchise, or do we think it's just fine the way that it is? This is a fantasy question, but was it enough to spawn a franchise, movies, TV shows, something, or do we believe it was a one and done? It's fine. There should not be more. Good for it being the way that it is, or I wanted more. Where are y'all's brains with that? Jordan, I have not started with you at all.
No.
Just no elaboration. No.
Yeah, no.
It would have helped if you actually watched the movie.
Joseph, you could chomp on my motherfucking dick. Were you there the night that we watched it?
Jordan, I'm always there.
Joseph, I haven't been there in a long time, and I've never seen you on.
I'm always there. You might not ever see me, but I'm always there.
Hello?
Ooh.
Hello? Yeah, I know he's full of shit right now.
Oh, well, I'm just going to continue down the line, go upwards. Joe, yeah, what you think, man?
A sequel, I mean, yeah, I guess I could have seen them making a sequel. I don't really think they should have. I think it was fine the way it was. It probably would have been too diluted, watered down with a sequel. I wouldn't be opposed to a modern day reboot or retelling of the story with some updated effects and designs, things of that nature, and maybe it could be like a mini series of sorts instead of it just being an hour and a half movie. Maybe 4 to 8, maybe 10 episode miniseries, each one about 40 minutes or an hour. That way you have time for each kind of monster and thread and whatever, and a little bit of a build up. So yeah.
Okay, Adrian.
Joe honestly said it perfectly. A retelling the story would be awesome now, but as far as a sequel, I wouldn't have wanted a direct sequel because, as y'all know, we don't really have that many great sequels to movies, honestly. And this movie's already bare bone as it was. How much more bare bone could you have gone with a sequel? Or what would the story be for a sequel? I mean, hell, let's be honest. This movie really had a story as it was. So what else can you tell as far as Inframan in the sequel? And honestly, it probably would have took away from the lore that this movie already has as it is. Trying to create a sequel for it may have ruined it, but I would love to see a retelling of this story, though.
All right. You're up.
What the hell was that, Adrian? That doesn't make any sense. That don't make any sense. We said it was bare bone. You said it was bare bone, but you're saying it needs to be more? Like, it doesn't, because it's already bare bone. It doesn't have a plot. It doesn't need a plot to have a sequel. Like, I digress. Yeah, I agree with Joe. It should be a episodic show where they could do different villains, the weekly villain, whatever, do something like that. But honestly, they could if they wanted to, and they don't really need a script because honestly, this didn't have one. This was very loose on everything that they did. It was an action film, and that's what it was. It was a glorified kung fu movie, and they threw some sci-fi into it, and that's what we got. But honestly, thinking about this and thinking of the new project happening in Japan, where that new project going to happen, I think it's called Project Red. Honestly, they would be really cool if somehow they brought Inframan in there, because he is a red superhero. So why wouldn't it not make sense for them to go in some kind of alternate universe or something, some timeline where, hey, they meet up with Inframan and use him as a team up for some reason or whatever, and kind of get him involved? That would be a lot of fun. I know they'd have to go through some hoops because it's Japan's making this new project. This is a Chinese property film. It would be cool, but it would be a lot of fun if they could really kind of mesh the two together and actually kind of bring him back and just kind of show appreciation for what he was and what he did, and just the character obviously in general, because it would just fit perfectly in that kind of alternate universe or timeline, honestly, that they're going to be doing. So yeah, I mean, I'm for anything, honestly. Sequel, give me it. Miniseries, give me it. Anything I would be happy with, honestly.
All right. Awesome answers. My thought was I want more because of how much fun this was. So in terms of a sequel, maybe not. I think what y'all said was perfect. I like a series because that's why I said enough to spawn a franchise, not just a movie sequel, but franchise of some sort. Kind of like what Zone Fighter was. Because we did have they were very minor very minor characters, but the teenage daughter and the little girl, and she was talking about like I could be whoa, maybe somehow we get like a little infra family going on kind of thing, kind of like Zone Fighter with the little everybody transforms and they fight and save the day against whatever threat happens episodically. So that's where my brain went, because when I found out there was nothing more from Inframan, I was a little disappointed. I was like, there's no sequels? There wasn't like a TV show that spawned from this? Dang. But it is what it is. I would have liked to have seen more, but we got what we got, and that's all we can say. So it is what it is. All right, let's see. How many questions do I have left? I think I got 2. Maybe we do our giveaway after this one. Okay, so this is something we mentioned earlier on, but yeah, merchandising. Yeah, where are the toys? Who do y'all think would be best suited for making some merchandise, some figures, some sort of something figure? I mean, we're all toy collectors at heart, so that question had to be thrown in there. Who do we think should be? Who do we like the most? Who do we think should tackle this? What do we want to see? Articulated, Safubi, just super accurate. Where's everybody's brains at in terms of maybe some figures or something from this nice little hidden gem? Who did I not do? Joe, I haven't touched you in a while.
Ichiban Kuji.
Really?
Nice little screen accurate, not super expensive toys. Okay. Oh, that's it. You're done. All right. Adrian.
Seismic toys.
Mm.
They already have a pretty good list of obscure kaiju and everything, so I would say them. And I mean, you know, I like them big, Samson. So I want a 37 meter.
Yeah. Bet
All right.
Oh, behave.
Oh, this is a different kind of show now. Woo! Everybody, go lock your doors. Jordan, what you think, man?
I'm gonna go the Safubi route, and I'm gonna say M1.
Ooh. I do like the way that their style is, and I feel like that would be very fitting for this kind of yeah. I like that. Eric, who should tackle these? Who should tackle the toys?
Everybody should tackle these. I mean, I'm biased. Like, I love this freaking movie so much. It's just so much fun. It's turn your brain off and just watch something, or even not watch it. Just put it on the background. You know what's going on. Like, that's how fun it is. But honestly, I would love Safubi. I believe they did do a Safubi of Inframan. They did a alternate color where instead of the black and red kind of style to him, they did like white and black. So I know they did some kind of Safubi. I don't know who made it per se, but Safubi obviously would be a lot of fun, especially with all of the mutants that were in there. That would be great. But honestly, I would really like a really kind of accurate, really enlarged kind of figure. Honestly, I would like 3-0 to make like an articulated, very accurate representation of this guy. A lot of accessories with the Thunderbolt fists and alternate, whatever, throw all of that stuff in there. That would be a lot of fun to really see and have. But yeah, I mean, honestly, give me anything, this and that. I mean, even the littlest thing, I would be happy with, honestly, just to know that there's something else out there, honestly, because I would buy it, honestly. And I didn't know this, but Bird Dog said that there's a decent Super Inframan shirt on Amazon, and they are right, because I actually looked it up. And yeah, there is a cool little Inframan from like the poster that they just threw on some shirts,
Oh man, they got a short sleeve shirt. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Ooh, that's a decent shirt.
Everybody's going to their phones immediately, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so I didn't even know this, honestly. So I'm actually going to pick it up and get one. So thank you, Bird Dog. That's really awesome. I didn't even know they had that. I always look for like the DVD or the Blu-ray of the film because I always want physical media of this stuff. And now that's just something that I'm going to go and grab and at least have a T-shirt of this because, like I said, I want anything and everything of this this movie and this character, honestly. So yeah, give me anything, I'll be happy.
We're all going to show up next Sunday's show with the shirt on, aren't we?
Dude, let's go. Let's freaking go.
Every single one of us is all down the line.
I would love that shit.
Oh, man. Honestly, if we're going to talk about somebody that should tackle this, figure arts style, something like that, even though I'm not an articulated collector, I think that something posable with the many different like moves that he does in the film, pose them in fun different ways. Yes, the Ultraman ripoff with him doing the beam thing, him with his little darts, the interchangeable hands where he has the karate hands, fists, the thunder fists, whatever they were called. I feel like articulated would be a good way to go for sure, and have little accessories, maybe the beam stuff like they do with the Ultraman figures and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, I want to see the villains too. But I really like Jordan's answer with M1 because that style, that Sofubi style kind of vintage look mixed with this vintage film, that would be nice. I'm with Eric. I want everything articulated, Sofubi, large scale, like Adrian likes them big. Anything screen accurate, just give us something. Because this movie needs more love. All you need is love by the Beatles. We got one more question for us, but before we do it, so that we have time. Well, I thought 7 questions would have been enough for us to discuss for a lot longer, but damn, y'all did some short ass answers tonight. We usually do like 5 questions, and that lasts for 2 hours. Yeah, true, guys. So I added extra, thinking maybe we would go longer. I guess so.
Haters around here.
Well, yeah, no, it is time for our giveaway. We have some fun stuff in store for you. It's a random little bundle because, as we stated, there's no Inframan toys, so we can't really do any Inframan toy giveaways. But check it out, you guys. I have a few things that I'd like to give out to you guys. It's just a random little bundle. I got several Playmates and the DVD of Inframan. I will order it and have it sent to your address, whoever you lucky winner is. And I'll mail off the Playmates that I actually have in my possession. I should have grabbed them to show you guys, but it's in the picture. So right there. Let's see. Banners. Hashtag.
And of course, if you guys see, while he's doing that, if you guys can see, yes, that is the what is it called? The Mr. Fat W video of the DVD of Inframan. I actually got to hear myself. This is my copy. This is how I got to see it for the first time. I was like, you know what? I absolutely need this. And yeah, people have said it is not the greatest quality. I mean, let's be honest. It is a DVD. You're going to get the DVD quality. Obviously, we've come a long way with that stuff. So, but it is dubbed, so you don't have to worry about subtitles. So it's just going to go straight into the movie, and you're going to get the dub, and it's still great to have in a collection, or if you're just a fan of this character, just having something physical media wise, because like we said, there's really nowhere to go. We did find that link on YouTube for a very good HD version of the movie, so that's really nice. But if you really want to own something, there's just not a lot of options. So we just thought it'd be really cool to gift the actual DVD to somebody so they could actually have it in their possession and keep it for all time. So, well, yeah.
Exactly. We would do the Blu-ray if it wasn't so inaccessible, but the DVD you can find more easily. And yeah, as I said, I will order it and send it to your address straight from Amazon. And our hashtag for tonight is going to be hashtag backflip.
You're wondering something that's flipping.
So put hashtag backflip in our chat for this nice little bundle here, and you will receive some fun playmates that I have just had sitting on the shelf for
what's going
a
on?
while.
Frank, what's going on, man? What's going on, man?
Welcome to the party. So yes, it's all lowercase. So yes, hashtag backflip, hashtag backflip, hashtag backflip. So I am going to get to our last. This is kind of a fantasy question. And Eric, you touched on it. I should have told you to stop talking, but you, last question. Crossover potential. What universe could Inframan fit into? Where do we think he could fit in best? Anybody need a minute? Anybody ready to go first? Who wants to take the floor first? If anybody's ready to go, you go ahead.
Probably the Garbage Patch Kids, because that's what this movie was, garbage.
Oh my
God. Whoa. Son of a bitch. I'm about to throw some thunder fists up in there.
Right up your ass.
No, I feel like, honestly, pretty much any of the, Sentai common henshin heroes it could fit in pretty easily.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of stated it with that new project that they're doing, the Project Red. That would be a lot of fun. That would be really cool to see this obscure character kind of come to life, get a modern day look on him. Because obviously we're going to get a lot of modern day look to whatever characters, whoever superheroes that they bring to that series. So it would be really cool to see them do this. But like I said, it might be a far-fetched thing, but seeing him cross over with all of them, honestly, would just fit because it was inspired by that stuff. So he would be right at home with any single one, honestly. So, yeah.
Okay.
And for me, I actually would say Zone Fighter. Zone Fighter had a lot of crazy villains out there too, and I think Zone Fighter and shut up, Zone Fighter and Inframan.
Always on, just always on. Oh, I like Zone
Fighter. Whatever. Dude, I think they're doing.
Whoa, what the hell is that?
Zone Fighter and Inframan.
But they're like the same character.
Okay, and
all right. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, even if it's wrong. Jordan, what you think?
If nobody, I mean, everyone kind of said everything, but it's only Super Sentai, in my opinion, that he could be easily paired up with. I'm also taking into consideration that he has the gimmick to where he's able to transform into a much more larger stature than that of a kaiju. So I could just automatically see him paired up with the Sentai mech and just duke it out with whatever's right in front of them. Because of that gimmick, that is the only reason as to why I would say anything that has to do with Super Sentai. He would have been an amazing addition to it.
Absolutely.
It's hard
honestly,
for me to
wouldn't
answer.
it be kind of cool to have him team up with Jet Jaguar?
That's what I always thought. I was like, who should have gotten their own franchise, their own TV series instead of Zone Fighter was a Jet Jaguar show, because Godzilla shows up several times in that as well. It was that little family dynamic with the scientist and the racing car driver, and the kid, and then Jet Jaguar, and they just shit happens and they have to. Oh dang! I kind of like that answer. Kamen Rider is what everybody says this is related to the most. So, and some Ready Player. What? Ooh, that would have been a nice, interesting Easter egg if he was in that. Damn. But I guess it had to do with the licensing and everything. So it was hard enough as it is to get Mechagodzilla in that. I guess I don't know how Steven Spielberg convinced Toho to do that.
Because of Steven Spielberg,
right? Yeah, because you got real dinosaurs for Jurassic Park. Well, man, dang, we kind of went through those faster than I expected, because we usually kind of we hover over topics and talk longer. So y'all did not talk long enough. Damn it.
Well, like I said, like obviously 3 out of the 5 of us are first time viewers. So
right,
and honestly, they like it, but I don't think they're like in love with it. Obviously not like me or maybe even you, Samson. So I think it's just it's the passion isn't there like any other topic that we would do that we've talked about or celebrated for so long. Like this is their first introduction to this character, so of course they're not going to have the same kind of background or love that say I have or even you have for even you watching it more than them, and this is brand new for them, so maybe they haven't developed that sentimental kind of feeling for it or get that extra feelings for this particular character because it is brand new for them, which is understandable. It really is. And it just kind of has to soak in sometimes for you to kind of realize how cool or important or just fun certain characters are, to really kind of know, how important they are or just how fun they are, honestly, and really kind of celebrate them that way. So I get it why, we kind of went this a little fast. But let's be honest, like, I understand, we talk about this possibly being a ripoff or inspiration or whatever, but one of the greatest movie critics of all time, Robert Ebert, okay, he actually rated this film a 3 out of 4 stars.
Wow.
Okay? That should tell you something. I know we talk about critics and I don't like critics myself and whatever, but obviously he was important for a reason. In some way, he had a voice in the film industry. Okay. For him to say this is a 3 out of 4 stars is absolutely jaw-dropping, honestly. For him to say that he actually liked us that much, right? He actually gave it 3 out of 4 is crazy to me. So I think that's very special. And I think if you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. We're not just blowing smoke up your ass right now. We're being heartfelt and actually true with what we're saying, how this is just a very unique movie, but it's a very fun movie. So, and maybe that'll change your opinion about it, with that kind of person having that kind of opinion on it to really kind of give it a higher score. So.
I did not know about that one, that little tidbit of the review. That's actually a little crazy because reviewers, critics, they are harsh on fun stuff like this. So that's that is wild. Oh, there is one bit of trivia tidbit that I did hear in my research that the Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot back in 2017.
Yes.
They were inspired through this film. Let's see, where are they? By our skeleton crew guys, because they had some band members in the MST3K reboot, and they look just like these guys right here. You knew they had to have ripped it off from this. So that shows you that it is acknowledged, just not as much as it should be. But the Easter eggs are out there for sure. Well, since we did go by a little quicker than normal, does anybody have, I guess, Eric, you're the one to ask, do you have a random topic that we should bring up that was not discussed? I'm trying to think, what did we not really cover? We talked about throughout the film. We talked about the heroes, the villains, there wasn't a story, so that's hard. That's why I didn't throw that in there. Like, what did you think of the story or what could have been, well, actually, I guess what could have made the story better is the only thing I could say. What could have made it what could have made the story better that didn't happen with this film?
Having a story could have made the story better. There was literally no story. Having a story could have made the story better. And also, was Ebert high on cocaine after a fucking 17-day binge?
No.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about? He just came up with 17 vendor of like cocaine and Hennessy with freaking Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks just snorting lines of coke and doing bath salts on Epstein's Island. And he's like, let's watch Super Inframan.
I smell a hater in the group. Okay, that's what I smell. Bullshit being spewed.
I'm going to throw the hashtag up one more time for those that may not have seen it or missed it. Yeah, hashtag backflip for our giveaway items, the DVD of the film, and a few Playmates toys that I had still in their packaging. So hashtag backflip for this backflipping good time.
Actually, to go on this Robert Ebert thing, this is the only film where he went back and actually retracted his initial score and actually scored it higher.
So he had an initial review and he made it higher later on.
He scored it a 2.5, and then he went back. He's like, no, he goes, it deserves more. Then he gave it a 3-star. It's the only time he's ever done it.
Interesting.
Weird. That is some bizarre.
I don't have my opinions based on Roger Ebert. Right, Ebert. He told me.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding. I used to watch Ebert and Roper or whatever they're called with my mom back in the day, so I get it. But I'm shocked that I'm going to have to research this and see, because I'm absolutely shocked by this. But yeah.
Oh, I'll send you his review right now.
People are waiting.
All right. Eric, where's the site on how to do the giveaway thing? Where's the... Can you pull it up, the way to do it?
Oh, yeah. Give me a second here.
I got it, Eric.
Got it?
Well, I guess here is something that can wrap up the end of our show. If y'all were to give it a ranking, since we're talking about ranking the film, where would you rank it out of 5? Out of 5, like out of 5, what's how many stars would you put on this film, and why? Like, what would be the negative, the pros and cons?
Well, the pros and cons is what we just discussed for the past hour and a half.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I saw Eric 5, Jordan put up 3, Adrian, I didn't see you do anything.
That's right.
I'll give it a 4.
Bird Dog 5.
Only because of the lack of story.
Oh my God.
3.
Oh my God.
Michael, 2 out of 5.
Michael.
Come on.
Lewis, my wife's getting a hard 3 tonight too.
Is it 5? Thank you.
No, I'm going to say 2.5.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. You know, it's not the greatest, but it doesn't suck. You know.
Fair enough. Some of us are a little biased. Some of us are biased, I guess, because we talk about it all the time. Y'all know where I stand as far as the Godzilla franchise goes. I like the wackier, goofier stuff, so that might be why I had such a fondness for this film that made me just like gravitate towards it immediately. And I've watched it 3 times in 1 year, 2 times in 1 week. So yeah, that's where I stand. Yes, it did not have a story. So if I'm gonna be real about it, I would give it, I guess, a 4.5 out of 5, because no story, not really, and then Dragon Mom just getting decapitated 12 times and then just dying instantly from a beam attack was kind of a letdown. That was a little bit of a bummer. But everything else that happened throughout the film was just it was balls to the wall fun. All righty. Well, Adrian, do you have that thingy ticker, the backflip? Okay, 7. That's it. I thought I saw more than that.
Hold on.
There was more than that too.
It blows my mind, Samson, that you are so fond of this film, but have zero interest in touching anything that is Ultraman.
Ultraman. I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get this out of the way. Sorry, let me get that out of the way so we can see you. I guess it's just because I don't know. I think I'm afraid to dive down the rabbit hole
on this movie. And so there is no semen in your system.
Oh my God.
But you cannot touch anything that is Super Sentai.
This is a one and done movie, so it's pretty easy.
Stop making excuses. Watch Ultraman.
Okay, let's do this giveaway.
All right. Looks like 7 of you guys are doing backflips in chat, so let's go ahead and see who's the backflippiest. All right.
Backflip it up.
Alrighty. Backflip it up.
1.
Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be in chat? It's gonna be
me.
God.
Hey,
Hey!
let's go.
All right.
Congratulations,
Well,
Charles.
you've won before, haven't you? You already know the drill. Just drop
Yes, he has.
your address in our let's see, where's our banner for? Did somebody already do it? God,
Sorry. We're fighting each other.
send us your address in our email, and we will get I'll get the Playmates sent out to you, and I'm going to order the Inframan DVD from Amazon, and I'm just going to put your address in the ship to instead of mine, and just have it shipped directly from Amazon to you. So congratulations, you got yourself some fun little Playmates, but more importantly, you got the Inframan movie on DVD, physical media, greatest of all time. Can't beat it.
And I think Charles,
listen.
weren't you here the whole time? You watched our show the whole time. We really do
Yes, he
appreciate
did.
that. Thank you for being a loyal
Yeah.
participant
Thank you,
tonight
Charles.
and talking this just craziness. We do really appreciate that. Some people, went to watch others, which like I said, we'll remember this going forward. We will. Don't you worry. Don't you
That's
worry.
why King Kong lives will never be acknowledged by the common individual.
Oh, we're going there now.
Shots
We're
fired.
deep.
Shots fired.
We're cutting deep right now.
But for those of you that did not win this DVD, if you want, and if you haven't seen the film at all, the one that we just got done talking about, it is on YouTube for free. You can watch it, pretty decent quality. It has a very recognizable thumbnail. It's a cartoon illustration. It's very obvious, and it's free. It's not one of those like free with commercials or whatever. It's just on there. Somebody uploaded it, and oh, look at that, Eric! You got to show off your poster. By the way, I told your ass you better bring that in here, and you didn't do it. I want to see that Tom Whalen poster again. But it's fine.
That's a Tom Whalen pin. Hey, it's right next to me.
I'm jealous. I'm
Eric
very jealous.
Angel wants to know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I guess I'm just spewing at the mouth. I don't know.
Why don't you give me the big screen, Eric?
No. How do we make Eric? Not me.
Samson's on the big screen.
Why me? God damn it! I don't know how to do this.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, Samson, quit fucking with it.
Yes. Stop fucking with it.
My hands are right here.
So he stays there.
Jesus Christ.
Just sitting there.
Oh my God.
That is beautiful. Y'all, you got to give it up to Tom Whalen for this awesome piece of artwork.
Absolutely.
I want it.
Oh.
It is, that art style is great. Oh man, I love it. So 70s.
Hold on 1 second.
I want to answer Bird Dog's question. I didn't go. I actually got this from Tom himself. I got a hold of him, and he was able to get me one. So yeah, I would have gone just for this, honestly, but I was nice enough to acquire it a different way. So yeah, this was the one thing that I was like, oh my God, I need this in my collection because this is just absolutely crazy, insane. So, but yeah, I didn't go, unfortunately, but yeah, I did grab this. So this is in my collection. I'm glad you knew what this was from and what it was exclusive to. So, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Bird Dog.
So.
Bird Dog, you have the same name as my favorite whiskey. Bird Dog Peach Whiskey.
We did actually. I think I commented on it in our email. Actually,
I went to double check.
so we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did see that. Thank you for that. That was really funny, actually. So that was pretty cool.
I just hollered across the house to see what Mom thought of the movie since I put it on for her. She said she was fading in and out, not really paying attention. So she couldn't. I was going to swing the mic towards her and have her express her opinion, but she said what she has paid attention to so far. She was like, it's fucking fun. So she
exactly a non-Toku fan, a non-Henshin fan, none of that shit, just throws on her like, hey, this is entertaining right here.
Yeah.
Just a mom likes it.
It's a mom.
All right. Oh my God.
Oh God.
All right. What do we have coming up that we need to talk about? What is our next show? Is it just our next Sunday show of next month? Is that our next show that we have on the lineup?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, damn it! This is an old one.
Big one.
It's peak. It's greatness.
Jordan, why don't you talk about this?
Yes, because I have great taste in Godzilla films. This is going to be our last monthly show of the year, obviously, and we're going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of none other than Godzilla vs. Destroyer. It will be on the 21st of December, as written.
Just wait, this is the old one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. The 21st. Okay, that sounds better.
21st.
At 5:30 Central Time, 4:30 Mountain. What is that? Mountain Time?
Yeah,
Mountain Standard
Okay,
Time.
that's,
MST, Mountain Standard Time.
Oh, okay. 6:30 mine's the Samson's time, Eastern Time, and 3:30 Pacific
Easter time.
Yeah, Eastern time. And then, of course, I'm going to be giving away a great chunk of Godzilla vs. Destroyer collectibles. And, of course, I mean, from our previous experience with such an individual, we're going to be having none other than Goji Franklin returning to MWA to just sit back and chop it up with us with everything that is Godzilla vs. Destroyer related. So as always, you guys, make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all of our socials, hit that notification bell button for when we do go live, because this show is going to be absolutely insane. Alongside with the giveaways, you guys do not want to miss out on this amazing show to end off 2025.
Damn, we're almost done with 2025.
Yeah, dude.
It went by fast.
Yeah.
It really went by fast. Nothing really... It didn't linger around that long. All right. Well, I hope that y'all had a backflipping good time. I enjoyed discussing this movie that is now it's a much loved newfound fun that I've found some newfound fondness to, and I need to find it, pick it up, have it. I would definitely love to own it. I want that pin too. Damn. And let's put the word out. Let's get some collectibles up in this bitch. Come on, somebody needs to start making some things so that we can put it on our shelves.
Absolutely.
But if there's nothing else that needs to be said, I guess, as always, thanks for watching, folks, and we will see you on the next monthly show. And also, don't forget that it is one phrase, 3 words: embrace the attitude.
attitude.
Have a good night, folks.